Episode 444, ChatGPT-Live Explained.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
More than 150 million people talk to ChatGPT by voice every week. I'm one of them. But as of last week, the think talking back has changed. Today, what GPT-Live actually is, it is actually a new conversational assistant to help you in your work. Hello and very welcome back to AI 6. One topic, 6 minutes, and I'm continuing my mission to upskill 500,000 people in AI. From a walkie-talkie to a phone call, and now to ChatGPT Live, here's the demo from OpenAI.
Today, we are announcing the all-new ChatGPT voice, powered by GPT-Live 1, a full-duplex conversational partner that is the most powerful voice model ever built.
Can you simplify that?
Sure can. Can you explain what a full-duplex voice model is?
Yeah, imagine a normal call with a friend. You can listen and talk at the same time. That's full duplex.
We are now pushing voice technology closer to how real people talk to each other, where it can follow interruptions, pauses, corrections, and the natural flow of thinking things out loud.
I suppose to understand what changed, you need to know how AI voice worked up until now. The first generation was 3 separate models in a chain. One turned your speech into text, another wrote a reply, and then a third read it aloud. It felt slow, it felt stilted, not natural conversation. But then came advanced voice mode. It was faster, but it still was built on strict turn-taking, so that over and back. The model waited for your silence before it would speak. If you've not tried it, do try the voice function. So in other words, every AI voice conversation you ever had was like a walkie-talkie call, over and out. And that was the prompt for the next person to speak. GPT Live, which OpenAI rolled out last week, is a phone call. The architecture is called full-duplex, meaning it listens and speaks at the same time, making decisions many times per second. It can murmur when you're mid-story. It handles interruptions well, and it has learned the difference between you pausing to think and you finishing your point. Anyone who has been talked over by a chatbot knows how annoying that is. But what else does it do? Well, 3 things in particular. It delegates. When your conversation needs web search or deeper reasoning, GPT Live quietly hands the task to a bigger model in the background. So GPT 5.5 at launch, but keeping the chat flowing. Think of it as a good radio presenter with a producer in their ear. The conversation never stops while the research happens backstage. It translates live between languages, which for anyone who's working across borders and in the European institutions, it will be a very useful feature. And on your screen, it can answer with visuals, weather, share prices, sports scores, rather than reading everything aloud. This is quite a game changer. You can also choose how hard it thinks. There are 3 reasoning levels, from instant answers for quick questions to a high setting that takes its time on harder problems. And you make that call yourself, which I particularly like. Availability isn't widespread just yet. It's rolling out on iOS, Android, and the web. Paying users on Go Plus and Pro get GPT Live 1 as the default. Free users get the mini version. An API for developers is promised, but a date has not yet been given. So if your organization wants to build voice into its own services, you may be waiting a little longer. OpenAI says itself, language support is strongest in the most popular languages, with some accents sounding non-native. And it does not yet work with video or screen sharing, where the older voice mode still fills in. Of course, you've got to remember, anything you say to it is data you have shared, so the same confidentiality rules from your AI policy apply to your voice as to your keyboard. OpenAI has built real-time safety features into it. According to their update, it gives age-appropriate responses to teenager, and if a conversation turns to something like self-harm, it surfaces support resources. And OpenAI is deliberate on one thing. It's not positioning this as an AI companion, it's a tool. So, will you use it for yourself? Will you use it for work? What use cases are you thinking about? Or will you integrate it into something that you have already built? That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategy, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organization. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI 6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.